Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the Nothing to See Here podcast. Hi, it's Frankie.
It's Hannah.
Right. So we're gonna have a little bit of a talk, listeners.
I like the sound of this. Go on.
So, okay.
Sorry. Uh, to be fair, it's I was gonna say Memorial Day weekend. It's Labor Day weekend. Um, so I've had a couple nice drinks. So I am pleasantly buzzed. Not drunk. I'm just buzzed. Listen here, listeners.
Oh,
Especially one fucking listener.
we're attacking people.
Oh, I completely forgot about this.
I didn't. Um, I won't say names.
Oh, that's nice of you, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm very nice. Just because I don't remember their name and I'm not gonna look it up. We will never mute Hannah. She is not insufferable. Just because she doesn't like the Laugh Olympics doesn't mean she sucks. And if you don't like our reviews, don't listen to them. Also, don't be a little coward bitch and post
Whoa.
your post your real comment so that only our
We don't know why that
profile can
happened. I have
see
no
it.
idea why that happened. Be fair.
Whatever. 'Cause if you look on it when we're not logged in, it's completely different than when we are logged in. Nice guy, my ass.
Yeah, Hannah, you got a hate comment. Would you like to respond
Um,
to being called insufferable and saying we should mute you?
Which we will never do.
Thank you. Listen, we're all
Cause you
allowed to have
love,
different opinions. I really
cause you,
don't care that I got a hate comment. I completely
you,
forgot I got a hate comment. Listen,
you
I got like someone's 5-page dissertation once on my blog when I said I
just,
hated Wuthering
but
Heights and was called a lot worse than insufferable, so I really don't care.
And
there.
just so you know, that was on the last episode. Laugh Olympics has only gone down in the rankings. So
Yeah. So chill, dude. Just chill, my guy. But Hannah, you're a valued and treasured member of this podcast. We would
I
never
didn't
Oh,
mute
know
you.
thank you.
I didn't know Laugh Olympics had shooters like that, though, to be honest.
I also didn't. Although, the peanut gallery really liked Laugh Olympics, so who's to say? Maybe it's really popular. I don't know.
I mean, I
It
liked
did,
it too, but I didn't know they had people who would, like, fight for it that much.
yeah, like real fights. So yeah, take that how you will. We welcome your comments.
And we welcome some hate comments. Now, I will say this. I'm not gonna take down the hate comments unless you start throwing around things that go too far.
Yeah, like racist shit or some like
Anything that's bigoted,
yeah,
get that out of there.
yeah, we don't want that. But if you don't like us, sure, fine,
Go ahead,
whatever.
tell us. That's fine.
Yeah, tell us you don't like us. That's fine.
I
I'm
don't like
fine.
me some days either, so it's fine.
Oh, but I like you even on your worst days,
E.
Frankie.
Thank you.
I'm in a very lovey mood. I don't like it when people attack my friends. And
Well, even if it's
peanut
a self
gallery,
attack.
yeah.
All right.
I don't like it. Be nice to yourself. Love yourself. You should love yourself. I love you, Frankie.
Well, I'm glad. I'm glad someone loves me.
I can't
I
wait to bring down Amanda's mood.
I love you guys so much.
I'm excited for this, Hannah, because I am seeing The Conjuring 4 on Friday. So,
Why?
Ooh.
because I've
Oh
seen all
wait,
the other
Hopefully it's
movies.
better than The Conjuring 3.
I forgot to ask during the break, so I'm just gonna ask it now. How's your house? Possibly.
Um, it's good. The appraisal came in at like $10,000 more than we're paying for it. So
Did you get approved?
we did. I think so. I'm pretty sure we did. We just got like the money end, and I was like, I've emailed the guy, but since it's a holiday weekend, because I don't know if it's like the stuff like the safety stuff has been addressed or not. So we'll see. But
Anyway,
The Conjuring,
Conjuring.
we're seeing The Conjuring 4 on Friday. So I've been rewatching the Conjuring movies. I watched 1 and 2 last night, and
Both
I forgot how good
fantastic
that
films.
the second one
Mhm.
is so boring. The second one is so boring.
I would agree with that
It's
one.
too long.
Okay. Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah. The time
Mhm.
is
The
a lot.
Yeah. It it stretches on way too much. The first one is so good. I forgot how good it actually is. It's so good.
It's fantastic.
Like, I know that, like, Ed and Lorraine Warren in real life suck, but Patrick Wilson and, what's her I can't ever pronounce her name correctly.
The one who's not Patrick Wilson.
Yeah, the one who plays Lorraine Warren.
Yeah, that
Mia
one.
Both
Farmiga.
Tia Farmiga, yes. They're both great. They're amazing actors, so but, so I'm watching Conjuring 3 tonight after we record.
I don't know.
Yeah, I know, but I don't think I've actually seen Conjuring 3. I haven't.
Okay.
This will be my first
Well,
watch.
I will retract my O.
I know it's shorter than Conjuring 2, so maybe that'll help it, but I don't know. I'm gonna just laugh at it because I know it's the devil made me do it case. I know that's the name of the movie too, but
The
I know
devil
it's the
made
court
me
case,
do it.
which makes me laugh every time.
The devil did make me do it.
It's the first recorded time someone used the devil as their defense in court.
Really? Oh, as the
Yeah,
defense. I was gonna say the devil's been mentioned in court
it's
several times
that was the first case that someone said as their defense, "I'm innocent of these charges because the
because the
devil
devil.
made me do it. I was possessed by a demon."
You'd think that somebody would try to do that in the witch trials in Salem, just to be like, I
Well, that
didn't want him to do
they
it.
would've killed immediately. They would've
Yeah.
killed immediately
Well,
by that.
no,
There would've been they would've somehow lit them on fire faster.
nuh-uh. There was Tituba who
Yeah,
she
she's like,
based
"Yeah, I'm a witch," and
the devil made
she
me do
didn't.
it, but I didn't want to do it.
That's
Yeah.
true.
And
Mm.
they actually spared her. I don't think she
Yeah,
died.
she girl bossed her way out of the situation.
Very smart for
But
a woman.
I'm in a spooky mood, Hannah, so I'm ready for your episode. If
I'm
I'm
drunk
correct and it's a haunt or hoax.
It
or
is a
buzzed.
haunter hoax. Welcome. Welcome to Haunter Hoax, a game where I tell Amanda and Frankie the story of a haunted house, and they have to decide if everything I tell them is a true haunting or a big old pile of bullshit.
Most of the time it's a
Before you
bullshit.
do it, the
We've
last
all
one
we've
was
bullshit.
Conjuring 2 is the England case that you talked about on here.
Yes, the Enfield
And
poltergeist.
they showed the picture that you showed us, and I was like, "It's the girl jumping." I didn't realize because like the movie is way more dramatic than the story you told.
Yeah, yeah.
And then I was like, they showed the picture. I was like, "Hey, it's the girl jumping off her bed."
That we thought could possibly be the peanut gallery.
Yeah.
Well,
All right,
you
I'm
did.
excited.
Hey, hey,
That
I
movie
did.
covered 2 of your Haunter Hoax episodes
Yeah.
in one.
Kind
Amazing.
of. Kind
Yeah.
of.
Well, they're in Amityville.
Barely. They
You're in
were barely in
Amityville.
the Enfield poltergeist.
I mean, that movie, they solved it. They saved that little girl's life in the movie.
You saved a little girl's life.
I wish. That'd be cool. Anyway, all right, I'm ready now. Sorry.
Well, we're not going to be talking about the Warrens at all today.
This isn't gonna be as
That's good.
long as your other Haunter hoax, right? The first one?
They're
The
always
one
long. Get yourself another drink and settle in, Amanda.
woman, I have chicken parm waiting for me.
You can eat the chicken parma on air. I do not care.
I do.
Frankie cares.
Okay, if you're going to
Yeah.
eat, Frankie says you have to mute
No.
yourself.
No. You have
All right,
until
let's go. Let's get
9:30.
it.
You think I can finish this by 9:30?
All right, well, you better hope to God, otherwise I'm tapping
Oh,
out.
oh, okay. Well,
Let's go.
tonight
Speed run.
tonight we're going to be talking about the Bell Witch of Tennessee. We're going old school tonight. We're going to 1817.
That's older than Frankie.
It's older than you as the oldest one on this podcast.
Are you trying to tell me that I'm old?
No, I'm just saying you're the oldest one on this podcast.
We're all old.
How do you know?
Because you were
I
born
know
in
I'm old because
January.
my knees crack.
You were born in January the same year as the two of us. So unless one of us was born January 1st through 5th.
Bell Witch, Blair Witch, Bell Witch, Bell, Beauty and the Beast, Bestiality.
No,
Alright.
none of that. A quick
Ah,
content and trigger warning for today's Haunter Hoax. I will be briefly mentioning physical and sexual abuse, but I will not be going into any details surrounding these topics. Just know I will be mentioning them. Our story is set in Adams, Tennessee, and it follows the Bell family all the way back in 1817. Most of tonight's story centers around John Bell Sr. and his youngest daughter, Betsy. Other characters
uh,
tonight include Lucy Bell, John Bell Sr.'s wife, John Bell Jr., Drew, Richard, and Joel Bell, some of their sons, uh, Dean,
there's too
a
many.
man.
There's too many characters already. I've
I
lost.
know,
Frankie, are you
I know.
lost?
Every ghost
Frankie.
story has a ton of characters. They all have like 9 kids in those families.
It's great. That's like so many kids. Are there like 11? I feel like you said like at least 11 names.
I have mentioned 5 children, and they are the only ones being mentioned. They have more children.
Oh, no. No. Okay, Joel
Amanda, it's
Bell is.
1817. There's no birth
Oh,
control.
we're just popping out kids left and right.
You got
I
to
guess
though, because kids keep dying all the
right.
time.
This is the age where kids are like,
They're dying left and right. You got to
yeah.
keep
It's like
trying.
losing a hair tie. Oh, lost another one.
There is also a man named Dean. He was
Winchester?
enslaved.
Oh,
No, no.
no.
Dean was
Well, you made.
unfortunately enslaved by the Bell family.
Yeah, that's a little sad. You made it
Well,
sad.
well, now I'm rooting for the witch to get them.
Yeah,
Now I'm
yeah,
on the
yeah,
witch's
yeah, yeah.
side.
There is also James Johnston, a family friend who tried to help the family at the height of the haunting, and Joshua Gardner, Betsy's fiance.
Betsy Ross's fiance?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
The Bells were a prominent, wealthy family of farmers. When the haunting began in 1817, they had lived in their home for 10 years, which I find interesting because I feel a lot of haunted house stories are like the family moved in and started hearing weird noises in the night and seeing
Frank,
strange things. But with the Bells, they had been living in their home for a whole decade before things would begin.
Frankie, what are you gonna do if your house is haunted? Like if you get this house.
Ask them to chip in on the mortgage.
Really?
Yeah, they're living
You
there
hate
for
you
free.
hate
For free?
you
Nah, not happening.
yeah, but you hate haunted houses like going there. Like
Yeah, because I don't like people jumping out at me. But like, if someone's living in
yeah,
my house,
yeah, well, I imagine there are some what if this ghost just like likes to jump scare you all the time? What are you gonna do then?
then I'm gonna up how much they gotta contribute to the mortgage.
How much do you think is reasonable for a ghost to
I
contribute?
Well, I think at a minimum 1/3. There's 3 people living there. You gotta put in at least your worth.
All right,
You're not
that's
gonna
fair.
you can't do anything else really. And then if he's gonna jump scare me, it's gonna keep going up.
Well, Bandit's not contributing to the house.
Bandit animals provide emotional support,
Okay.
as you well know.
I know. All right, continue, Hannah. They've been at this house for decades, a decade at least.
Yes, yes. And one day, John Bell Sr. is in his cornfield inspecting the crops when he sees a very strange animal sitting in the middle of the field.
The
This
bandit.
animal, this animal had the body of a dog and the head of a rabbit.
I was gonna say, so it could have been the rabbit thing kind of threw it off.
Yeah. So John Bell shoots at it several times. Each bullet.
Why?
Whoa! Whoa!
That's an
Oh wait,
extreme measure.
wait, it's wait, Frankie, it's 18, whatever. Everything gets
Yeah,
shot
but
at.
like first response, gun immediately.
Well, it depends, because I've always heard, like, growing up in the sticks, I always heard that you fire like bird shot first and then you fire buckshot. So maybe he fired bird shot first. Do you even know the
Well, all the
difference,
bullets
Frankie?
miss. So he
I
could
do
have.
know the difference, but it's
Okay.
still a extreme reaction.
Yeah, yeah. I'm not saying it's not, but hopefully, the animal is okay. The little rabbit dog animal.
Well, it vanishes, never to
Oh,
be seen again.
so cryptid?
I don't
Uh,
know.
uh,
But this rabbit dog hybrid is the first reported manifestation of the supernatural entity. And after John Bell does not manage to shoot it, he returns home, tells his family about the strange encounter at dinner,
how did that
and
go over?
I don't I don't know because it's when I was researching, it's like he told his family about the rabbit dog,
Yeah,
and
I
then
feel like
that
if we were all having dinner together and I came and I sat down and I was like, "Hey guys, I saw a weird animal. It had the body of a dog and the head of a rabbit, and I shot at it." I feel like you guys would be concerned. You'd take away whatever pistol or gun that I had and probably seek some help for me.
I'm questioning where you got the gun.
That's true. I don't have one.
So that's my first concern. My second concern would then to be going cryptid hunting out in the cornfield.
Frankie, what's your response to this? What would you be doing?
I wouldn't care. Is it 1800s? It's the 1800s. I don't care. What are we?
Right, we're losing kids left and right. Isn't this
So,
like the age of baby farming?
well, that happened through like the 1900s.
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't know. I don't know where I was
All
going
right,
with
let's talk
this.
about witches. Let's talk about witches.
Okay.
So John Bell, he tells his family about what he saw at dinner, and then that night, everyone in the family began hearing beating sounds on the outside of the home. These noises would continue. They continued every night, growing in both frequency and force. And the family also reportedly heard other strange noises like thumps in the walls, creaking, groaning, and scratching at the windows. John Bell and his oldest sons went outside to try to catch who was beating on their home, but they never even managed to catch a glimpse of who was doing this. And every day at dawn, the noises would stop.
Just fucking birds. Just using their wings to knock on their doors and their walls.
When the noises seemingly began to occur inside the house, that is when the family became very concerned.
Rats?
So, well, some of the younger children did begin telling their parents that it sounded like mice or rats were gnawing on their bedposts,
Mm-hmm.
but there were never any scratch or bite marks on the bed to suggest mice or rats were actually causing these noises.
Ah, they got bed teeth.
The family also heard dogs fighting, choking, and strangling sounds.
Oh.
Apparently, it sounded like the furniture was being ripped apart and chains were being dragged across the floor.
What does furniture being ripped apart sound like? I've
Well, I
never
would
really heard.
imagine breaking wood.
Yeah,
It's
but
1800s.
just
So like wood splintering.
I guess, but
Maybe someone was just splintering a tree. Maybe they didn't think of that. It
yeah,
wasn't
yeah.
actually furniture.
But it was
How
emanating from inside the house.
Okay, I
Everything
could bring
comes
a
from
log
inside the
inside of a
house.
house.
Yeah, wood fires, right? Somebody
I
was
could bring a
just like,
branch inside.
yeah, snapping twigs. Hey, this is the era where kids love sticks. Hey, even in our era, I fucking found a stick. I brought that shit home. It was a nice stick. Yeah, that was my nice stick. So people could be bringing in sticks. Nothing. That's nothing.
Then the children began telling their parents that their covers were being ripped off their beds in the middle of the night and that their pillows were being tossed across the room.
The ghosts need to sleep somewhere too.
Are they paying rent?
Uh,
They're not paying the bills. They got to help out if they want to sleep there.
If you want a bed and a pillow, you gotta pay rent.
I don't know. I have a decent amount of beds in my house. I don't think goats need to pay rent. Got extra beds. Beds for
Okay, well, the Bell
days.
family only had enough beds for the family.
Are you sure?
I don't know.
Yeah, don't say things you don't know.
They had a lot of kids. They probably didn't even have enough beds for the family.
Yeah, they were probably all like, in like Willy Wonka, like the original Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, where
And
like
there's
the
4 people in a
grandparents,
bed.
yeah,
A
yeah, they were
giant
like
bed, yeah.
toe to toe in that fucking gross ass bed. I
At this
also,
point,
it's like two couples in a bed together.
Amanda,
Gross.
we got a hard out from you. Let's go.
I'm not the one dragging this episode out.
Ah. All right, continue.
At this point, some of the noises began changing. Gone were the creaks and the groans, and in were faint whispering voices. The voice was hard to make out, but the family came to the conclusion the voice sounded like that of an old woman and she was singing hymns. Over time, the voice grew louder and stronger. It continued to sing hymns. It also quoted scripture. It would sometimes talk with the family and hold long conversations with them. The entity really enjoyed religious arguments, apparently, but it did like to gossip about the Bell's neighbors. And
Sounds like a nice neighbor.
it's also reported that this entity quoted two separate sermons word for word as they were happening in churches across the area.
How did they know that?
I How did the entity know the sermons or
No, no, no. I don't care about the entity. How did someone go
how
like,
did
yeah, that entity knew the exact sermons that were happening across town?
I could not find
No one was
any.
recording
I
those
had that
sermons.
same question and I could find no answer to that question.
I think we're getting some unverified claims here, believe it or not. I think we have some
You
loose evidence
you
in
mean
this
to
Connor
tell me
hoax.
you mean to tell me that the facts from 1817 aren't what happened?
I mean to tell you that the facts of the if you told me these facts in 2023, I wouldn't think they happened.
So this haunting grows worse. The entity began to attack the family, mainly Betsy Bell. Betsy was continuously slapped and punched. The entity would yank on her hair, and the attacks were so rough, she was left with welts and handprints all over her body and face. It was
She's yelling
bad.
about Jesus the entire time as well.
No. Some of the other children also said they were being slapped and pinched. They said it felt like they were being stuck with pins and needles or had their hair pulled by an unseen force, but never to the extent that Betsy received. Now, the spirit, it wasn't all bad. It reportedly really loved Lucy Bell, like obsessively in love with her.
I love Lucy too, so
The spirit is quoted in saying, Lucy is the most perfect woman. If she was ill, this spirit would sing to her. It also brought her fresh fruit and nuts. John Bell
That's
Jr. for go ahead.
that's super sweet. That's sweet. What is this? This ghost
Like I
is
said,
bringing people fresh fruit.
Yeah, because Lucy was the most perfect woman. John Jr., for some reason, was also shown respect by this spirit. I don't know why, because John Jr. did talk shit on the entity. He called it the spirit of the damned one time, but the entity decided he was cool, I guess. So we have weird, strange noises, unseen forces attacking the family, and we have sightings of weird shit. Now, I do not have the exact, moments in the timeline for when these next sightings occurred, but I wanted to mention them before I continue with the story. Drew Bell saw a giant ass unknown bird of extraordinary size on a fence post one day. Honestly, bro probably just saw an eagle or something and didn't know what it was, but this is considered part of the haunting.
Bro saw a
Betsy,
dove and freaked out.
for real. Betsy saw a lady in a green dress swinging from the limb of an oak tree. I don't know if she meant swinging as the woman was like hung, or swinging as in this woman was swinging from a branch for fun.
I think the second.
You think the second? I hope the
Are
second.
are people not allowed to climb trees?
I don't know. It just said she saw a woman swinging and never elaborated. So I don't. I hope it is. This woman was just swinging from a tree for fun. Finally, Dean is said to have been followed multiple times by a large black dog. This dog sometimes had no head, and sometimes it had two heads.
I think, quite
Dean
like Amanda, Dean had a couple drinks.
Dean also said the Bell family turned him into a mule and was physically attacked by the entity several times.
Like a
Yeah,
drug
Wait, the
mule?
the the family turned him into a mule?
the Bell Witch, the entity,
Oh, okay. I
turned
thought the
him
Wait, like
into
an
family
a
did.
mule.
wait, like an actual mule?
Yes, like the animal.
Oh. I mean, better than a pony.
So all that's going on. Something something strange is happening on the daily here at the Bell farm. There was never rest in this household. I assume the Bell family thought they were losing their minds. Now, John Bell told his family not to tell anyone else about their situation. Whatever was going on in this house was to not leave those four walls. This was their dirty little secret.
Gross. Tell
Yeah,
people
someone
you have
squealed.
ghosts. Yeah, good.
This person was also John Bell.
What the
He
He
fuck,
broke his
John?
squealed?
own rule.
Alright. You know what? Fuck this guy.
They have a
Yeah, he broke.
slave and he's a hypocrite? Fuck him.
Mhm.
Yeah, I hope the witches get them all. Kids included.
Yeah, he broke his own rule by telling his bestie, James Johnston.
That's a stupid name.
Now, James, he didn't believe John when he was told the family secret. So, you know what he does? He and his wife come over and had a sleepover at the Bell house. As the story goes, James didn't experience anything in the early evening. He and his wife had a lovely dinner with their friends. They had jovial conversation. They probably read passages from the Bible, and nothing happened. So James and his wife go to bed, and the entity then turns on James. It reportedly tore the blankets off the bed and then slapped James. James then shouted, and I quote, "In the name of the Lord, who are you and what do you want?" The spirit didn't respond. In the morning, James told John that the spirit was, and again I quote, "an evil spirit, the kind that the Bible talks about."
Does he know?
No facts, just vibes.
I think this was all cover for them swinging. I think the two couples were swinging. That's why they had the
Well,
sleepover. There was no ghost. Just an open marriage. Can't have that in the 1800s, so.
word out about the Bellys haunting at this point. Rumors begin circling about the whole thing. People begin traveling to the Bell family's farm for a chance to speak with the spirit, and speak the spirit did. It was once again asked, "Who are you and what do you want?" This time it did respond. It said, "I am a spirit. I was once very happy, but have been disturbed."
Good answer, I
Based off,
guess.
what did you say?
I said, I guess that's a good answer. Told them what it was. A spirit. Nice. Thank
Spirit,
you.
yeah. Based off the conversations the Bell Witch had with random people, this entity was once a person. They died. How you become a spirit. And
No.
their body was buried in the woods. But this person's grave was disturbed, and they were now haunting the Bell family because, and I quote, "My bones disinterred and scattered, and one of my teeth was lost under this house. I am here looking for that tooth." No grave was ever found, but there are a lot of indigenous burial in the area. So some people came to the Stephen King conclusion of the house was built atop an ancient burial ground and now the house is haunted.
Ah,
Yeah,
classic.
Well,
there's
that's
no
not true though.
evidence. There's no
It
evidence
was
that this
just
house was built on top of an ancient burial
it
ground.
was just buried over an ancient tooth fairy hoard.
Tooth fairy?
Yeah, it was looking for its missing tooth. The spirit said, right?
Well, Hannah died.
No, I'm here. Sorry, I was taking a sip of water.
That's not allowed.
Yeah. Not on long episodes like this.
The story of the Bell Witch traveled far and wide, and it began attracting some notable names. Well, one notable name, Andrew Jackson,
Our
came
The
to
president?
visit the
president?
Bell family.
President? Yeah, yeah,
President?
yeah.
He wasn't president yet, but
Isn't it,
future President Andrew Jackson
isn't
went
he
to
a piece of
investigate the
shit
Bell
too?
Witch. Yeah,
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 he's a real
fuck
piece of
Andrew
shit.
Jackson.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
thought
fuck him.
so.
He hears about the Bell Witch, and he recognizes the Bell name as he was the general in charge of 3 of the Bell sons in the War of 1812. So he and a small troop of men, they go visit the Bell family to see some spooky shit.
It's so weird.
As the group near the Bell property, they begin crossing a muddy creek bed, and they've been pulling a wagon full of supplies with them, and this wagon gets stuck. Gets stuck in the mud. Or so they think, because they can't get it out of the creek. The horses can't pull it out, they can't push it out, nothing's working. It's stuck. Jackson calls out, "It must be the Bell Witch." And from the ether comes a voice. It is the Bell Witch, and she
No,
laughs
it's
at
not.
them.
It's not.
It's the Bell Witch, and she laughs at them before telling Jackson and his crew they can proceed up to the house now. Lo and behold, the wagon is no longer stuck.
No.
This is
Once
like
at
the
the
worst
house,
No.
written horror movie ever.
Yeah, this is boring. This is
It must
it,
be the Bell Witch. It is the Bell Witch.
you know what? This
it
is
just wanted
probably
to
like
laugh at him, and I respect that.
it's probably like the story that Andrew Jackson like told like whenever he was like trying to dine guests or whatever as like the president and like win them over or something. And everybody just left being like, that
If
was
you
his
don't give
best
me what I
story.
want in Congress, I'm sending the
Yeah.
Bell Witch after you. And your
Yeah.
tires, they're getting stuck in the mud, bitch.
No, I feel like they left being like, that was the story he decided to tell us? Really? That was the best thing that he had? I don't want to go back there. America's fucking laughing stock because his horror stories are bullshit.
Once at the house, one of the men with Jackson, this one unnamed dumbass, proceeds to call himself a witch tamer. This man says he's gonna solve the ghost problem. He's gonna scare away the Bell Witch. In fact, he's gonna kill the Bell Witch.
She's already dead, so.
Yeah.
This man pulls out a gun with a silver bullet and says that the Bell Witch is too scared to do anything to them because he has a silver bullet.
He's not a werewolf.
Yeah, that's werewolves.
The Bell Witch begins attacking this man. His body is jerking in all different directions. He claims he felt like he was being stuck with pins and needles. He was beaten and he was kicked out of the front door. The Bell Witch then says to the room that she will expose another fraud in the morning.
All right, well, so much for taming that witch.
She exposes someone doing a Ponzi scheme in the morning.
Yeah. What are they, like the MLMs?
Yeah, she exposes a pyramid scheme real quick. You'll never make any money from selling these knives.
At this point, most of the men in Andrew Jackson's troop want to get the fuck out of there. But Andrew
Wait a minute.
Jackson,
Wait, I have a question.
okay,
He tried to use a silver bullet on a witch. Isn't
so
ghost
he
like
witch.
claims.
doesn't legend say like you have to burn witches? Isn't that like the thing?
I think you could technically kill a witch like how you would any person because witches are
How,
just people.
how
This is
to
a
kill
ghost, though.
a
You gotta
witch?
burn the body, right? You gotta salt. I know it's supernatural, but you gotta salt the bones and burn them.
In folklore and fiction, witches can be killed by conventional means such as hanging, burning, drowning, and beheading.
So how you would kill any person.
Um, However, their magic abilities can sometimes be used against them. For example, through the use of silver weapons or by being cut off from their magic. How do you cut off a witch from
What does
magic?
that mean?
To be fair, I got it from an AI overview. So, how to kill
Oh,
a
so I don't
ghost witch?
trust anything you're saying then.
How to kill a ghost witch? Uh,
Did you just type that into Google?
Yeah, in a fictional context, you might need to destroy a source of power, use a specific enchanted weapon, exploit a physical weakness like salt or iron, or employ tactics of falling damage. Are we in a video game?
No, unfortunately this is real life. This is history.
Yeah, and Andrew Jackson is a part of a ghost story. That's crazy.
Yeah. And Andrew Jackson wants to stay at the Bell household till the morning to see who the other fraud is.
All right, you know what? He is a piece of shit, but me too.
Yeah, horrible, horrible person. Fuck Andrew Jackson. But in this little side quest, I am him. And I want to see the ghost witch do spooky stuff. And I want to see which person's going to get called a fraud in the morning.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it doesn't seem like he stayed the night because he and his troop of men the next morning were spotted in the town of Springfield, and we don't know who the other fraud is. A horrible end to this side quest. There are two more notable moments in this story. The first and craziest thing the Bell Witch is said to have done is kill John Bell Sr.
What? Did she cough on him?
Shot him with a
This seems
silver bullet.
this seems like the type of like era where like somebody gets the sniffles and all of a sudden they're dead the next day.
This spirit hated John Bell.
Me too.
Apparently, it relentlessly vowed to kill him.
And
And
and, and
go
so
ahead.
it vowed to kill him.
Yeah.
They're probably gonna say, oh, like he probably like died of like natural causes or like poisoning or something cowardly like that. If I was a ghost and I was threatening to kill somebody, I would be like shooting people or like, scratching people's eyes out. Like I'd get my hands dirty if I was a ghost.
Amanda, can I tell you? You just guessed the two things that happened.
Are you serious? You can't be fucking with me because I'm not in my right mind right now.
Okay. So I want to make this clear. I don't believe John Bell Sr. was killed by a ghost. When he was in his 70s at the time, I
Oh
believe.
my god.
Yeah,
And
so
what,
he
the
was old.
1800s?
We are
Yeah,
in
alright.
1820. He 100% died from natural causes because he's old. But the story attributes his death to the Bell Witch. You see, over the course of 1820, his health began rapidly declining. He had bad seizures, and they negatively affected him in the way you think they would.
Yeah, as somebody who has those, they hurt.
Hmm. Yeah. Now, this spirit, the Bell Witch, would threaten and curse this man during his final year. She would mock him, and everyone all across the farm and the house could hear her doing so.
Wouldn't
When
it be
John Bell was
hold on.
confined to the house,
Wouldn't it be really funny? You know how everybody has like an internal voice in their head, like an internal like dialogue? Wouldn't it be really funny if his just had the voice of a woman? Like it just suddenly switched to a voice of a woman and like the witch saying that like she like hates him and everything. It was just him saying how much he hates himself.
that's really sad.
That's hilarious to me. No, don't be sad for him. He enslaved people.
True, true. He did think buying and owning people was fine.
Yeah, don't feel bad for him.
Okay.
He let Andrew Jackson in his house. Disgusting.
Yeah, that too. Fuck this guy.
In his final year, he was pretty much confined to the house. Here, you'll laugh at this, Amanda.
I probably will.
The entity would steal his shoes from off his feet.
Were they nice
Like
shoes?
like mid walking or something. Like
Yeah,
I think his shoes were just too big and they just kept slipping off and he was like, "It was the witch." It's like a cover.
John Bell would never buy shoes too big for his feet. It was a witch.
It was the witch. Yeah.
I know the size of my feet. I'm a real man.
She also made me buy that enslaved person and she also forced me to cheat on my wife.
Whoa! Wow. All right.
That's the scapegoat that he's using. The devil
The
made me do
witches.
it? Nah. The Bell Witch made me do it.
he also said the Bell Witch slapped him when he was recovering from his seizures.
That's funny.
I have been
That's the
slapped
one you want to
once.
laugh at?
Yeah.
I've been slapped once waking up from a seizure. I think it was either Carrie or Janine. Maybe it was Gates. It was somebody. Actually, you know what? It could have been Katie. I could totally see Katie doing that.
I couldn't see
It w-
Janine doing that.
it was funny. Yeah, it probably wasn't Janine. It was funny. I'll give it to them.
John Bell died on December 20th, 1820, after he fell into a coma the day prior. Right after his death, his family found a strange vial of black liquid in the cupboard. I gave old Jack a big dose of that last night, which fixed him, exclaimed the Bell Witch upon its discovery. John Bell Jr. proceeded to throw the vial into the fireplace. The fire turned blue and
The
burst up the chimney.
evidence? He threw
Yep,
the evidence away?
yep,
It was a crime scene, guys.
Who committed the crime?
the Bell Witch.
John Bell Jr. Probably.
Yeah, exactly. That's why he had to throw it in the fire. Yeah, it totally turned
John Bell
blue.
Jr. definitely killed his dad.
Yeah, 1,000%.
On the day John Bell Sr. was buried, the entity was in attendance. It laughed and mocked John the entire time, and it
Like
sang a
at the
drinking
funeral.
song. What?
So great.
Like at the funeral.
Yeah, it's at the
Nice.
graveside, singing a drinking song about whiskey,
That's hilarious.
and it
That's
didn't
That's really
shut
so.
up
funny.
until the last mourner left.
If this is actually a ghost, how fucking petty. That's the kind of ghost that I would be. Like, I hate somebody so much that even, like,
I'm gonna
singing
sing an
drinking
Irish drinking
songs.
song. I just
Yeah.
say Irish because it's whiskey. I'm gonna sing a drinking song at someone's gravesite as they're being lowered into the grave.
Yeah, taps are playing or something, and then it's just like
Honestly,
2 cans of beer a day.
at my funeral, when I'm being lowered into the ground, I need you guys to start playing a drinking song.
We're not
Which
gonna
one?
remember this, so you
I'm writing it into my will.
okay. Yeah, it has to be one that we know, because 'cause I'm not gonna learn a new song for you.
We didn't say perform it,
Ouch.
Amanda.
I would
Just
like
play it.
someone to perform it.
Yeah, I'll get right on
It
that.
Yeah, she said she wanted us to sing it.
Oh, I thought she said just play it.
I think she means
I want a
sing.
live performer.
Yeah.
So that was the first really, really big event or notable event in the Bell Witch haunting.
There's more?
The second big event was Betsy Bell's failed engagement. She had a childhood sweetheart named Joshua Gardner. He lived nearby, and both families were really, really excited about this couple. This was the couple that, like, everyone knew was gonna get married eventually, so when it happened, everyone was just ecstatic. One
Mhm.
issue, though. The Bell Witch hated the couple. Bell Witch hated this couple being together. Apparently, it would taunt the two mercilessly, and if you
What would
remember, Betsy
what
Bell
did
was
that
just straight up abused by the entity.
what did that look like? You guys are gonna have ugly kids. Don't do it. Not like our kid, Frankie. Our kid's
Not
beautiful.
like Vernon.
Vernon's a beautiful boy. Yeah, what 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 was she saying to them? Like, what was this abuse? Like, you guys are gonna suck as a married couple.
I do not
He's
know,
a
it just
walking red
taunted them.
flag.
I probably that. I don't know. It's never said exactly what the entity did or told Betsy and Joshua, but Betsy and Joshua, they couldn't go anywhere together. They would try to take a walk by the river, the entity would follow. Betsy would try to spend the night in a neighbor's house to get away from the haunting, but the entity would follow her there.
I would not if I let somebody who tried to get away from the haunting and the entity followed them to my house, fuck you. Fuck you, deal with your own ghost at that point.
Well, poor Betsy, she basically has a nervous breakdown. She begins having fainting spells. She says it feels like someone is trying to smother her. Anytime she tries to plan her wedding or even think about her marriage to Joshua, she just breaks down.
It's just like again, it's that internal dialogue, but it's her just having second like doubts about this. Like, "Oh man, we're gonna live happily ever after." And then like I don't know, I always think of like a little dummy or something, like she has a little puppet. She's just
I think that
like,
maybe the
"Is this
smothering
gonna be a
sensation.
bad idea?
Maybe
Like,
the
don't
smothering
do it."
sensation was just anxiety.
Yeah.
It very well could have been.
Yeah, I think she was just I think this might have just been some internal dialogue that maybe she was just outwardly voicing.
Well, on Easter Monday of 1821,
I'm
she
sorry,
breaks off her.
Easter Monday.
Yeah,
Yeah, you've never heard of that?
I thought it was Easter Sunday.
There's
it's
2. There's
Easter.
also
Easter
yeah.
Sunday and Easter Monday.
I've never heard of Easter Monday.
Shitty Catholic.
I'm not a Catholic.
You went to a Catholic university.
I
Yeah,
went to two.
you did.
Did they teach you nothing?
No,
Taught me
they
about the
didn't teach you
law.
anything. They did teach you about, what did they teach us in Seton Hill? Oh, we learned about forensics and that Amanda's actually good at splattering blood with a razor. Fake blood. I think he was worried that I would hurt myself.
That's a fair fear to have.
I don't think so.
On Easter Monday of 1821, Betsy breaks off her engagement to Joshua, and the tormenting slowed down considerably. In late April of 1821, the Bell Witch told Lucy Bell that it was going to leave, but it would return in 7 years. It did come
Why?
back.
Like Frosty the Snowman, she'll be back again someday.
Yeah,
What
it came back
did,
in 1828 to just
was
have
it?
a little chat.
Was
Was
it
it 7
actually
years?
7 years?
Yeah,
Alright, at least she's
No.
not a liar. At least she's
1821
not a
to
liar.
1828. The Bell Witch talked to John Bell Jr. for quite some time. They discussed life, religion, society, and civilization, and it predicted the Civil War.
Did she like John Bell Jr.?
Yeah, he killed his dad.
It
Okay. Okay.
the Bell Witch is said to have shown John Bell Jr. like a decent level of respect.
Maybe she had a crush on him.
John Bell Jr. did not like the Bell Witch though, so
That's what he just wanted you to think. In actuality, there's that guy who says that he actually had sex with a ghost. That's what they were doing.
as the Bell Witch was saying goodbye, it said it would visit again. It would visit John Bell Sr.'s most direct descendant in 107 years. No one knows for sure if the Bell Witch came and visited the Bell family again. Some say yes,
Boo.
some say no. That is the main
Boo.
haunt portion of tonight's episode.
Wait, his name's Bobby Brown. That's the guy who said he slept with a ghost.
Thanks.
That's nice.
I just needed you
Thanks for
guys to
getting
know
that
that.
information. Yeah.
I needed you guys to know that I wasn't crazy. He's
I
married to
I
Whitney Houston,
believed you.
apparently.
I think that's a different Bobby Brown. There's gotta be a different Bobby Brown.
No, it's the same Bobby Brown.
Oh god.
Alright, what were you saying, Hannah? Theories?
No, I said that is the main haunt portion of tonight's
We're
episode.
done.
I
We're
say
done
the
with the
main
haunt.
haunt portion because I
Not
feel you two
not
have
the hoax.
questions.
No, I
I
don't.
have no questions about this
Yes.
this
Yes,
ghost.
your questions of does the Bell Witch have an actual name? Was the Bell Witch
I
once someone? And what about the Bell Witch cave I've heard about in passing? They're all wonderful
Amanda, I don't
questions, and I'm so glad you guys asked them.
Amanda, I don't remember asking any of these questions.
I
These
think we can
questions
skip
you have
these.
asked.
Um, he talks about it in his tell-all memoir, Every Little Step,
Oh
My
my
Story.
god. We've gotta stop. See, this is the issue, Amanda. Answer our questions then, Hannah, please. God.
Okay. In some the iterations of the Bell Witch story, the Bell Witch is named Kate. A woman named Kate Batts is sometimes said to have been the Bell Witch because she was eccentric. Some iterations say Kate was a witch who sent the entity to torture the Bell family after they had a fight regarding their property lines. In other tellings of the story, John Bell Sr. and Kate had an affair, and it ended badly because John killed her, so she came back to haunt him.
If that's the case, then shouldn't she be pissed at him?
She is. She came back to haunt him. What do you mean?
Yeah, she killed John Bell Sr. Sorry, John Bell Sr.
You
and
said
Kate.
Junior. Yeah.
I don't even think I said Junior. I think I just said John Bell.
Okay, well, I assumed Junior.
Okay, sorry. John Bell Sr. and Kate supposedly had an affair and then he killed her and she came back to haunt him, which very reasonable if that's the case. But it's not.
Oh man, there
It's
goes
not.
my whole theory about the Bell Witch made me cheat on my wife. I cheated on my wife and created the Bell Witch.
As for the Bell Witch Cave, there is a cave located in the northeast corner of what was the Bell family's property. Some ghostly incidents supposedly happened there, and over time, the story has evolved to say the cave is where the Bell Witch lived. This cave is now a tourist location, and people go there and claim to feel the entity touch them or hear a disembodied voice.
Go six?
Maybe ghost sex. I don't know how much truth is in these claims.
I do have to say this. Apparently, ghost sex is a well-known phenomenon. Most likely it's caused by hallucinations that people have when they drift in and out of sleep. Um, but some people actually think that they are fucking ghosts. So, all right, I'm done, Frankie. I promise. That's it about ghost sex. Maybe.
It better be.
We can now move on to the hoax portion of tonight's Haunter Hoax.
Yes,
And we got a
please.
lot of fun theories tonight. We got 3.
Okay.
We've got our standard theory to start out with, mass hysteria. But this time we get to tie it into John Bell Sr.'s declining health and or a possible natural poisoning. Mass hysteria is defined as a condition affecting a group of persons characterized by excitement or anxiety, irrational behavior or beliefs, or inexplicable symptoms of illness. When talking about the theory that the Bell Witch haunting was mass hysteria, many sources point to John Bell Sr.'s declining health and his subsequent death as the reason behind the haunting. When you know someone is dying, the mood in a house, it shifts. There's tension, anxieties are high, and it's easier to buy into something when you're in a situation of higher emotional and mental strain.
My my question is, because this is like a family, wouldn't it be
Mhm.
more related to like folia do, like that shared psychosis or that shared delusion?
It very well could. I feel like I'm kind of lumping them both together into the same definition of mass hysteria, but they very well could be suffering from folie à deux. It's also, we should point out that this story is taking place in the early 1800s. Medicine wasn't the greatest. I mean, cocaine was the medicine of choice just a few decades later. So who knows what exactly John Bell Sr. was being given at the time? It could have been causing some sort of psychological issues. It could have made him hallucinate images and noises, for all we know. We don't
Mhm.
know. And who's to say his medicine didn't do something to him? And his family, being under immense stress, began believing these noises were real. One theory about the cause behind John Bell Sr.'s poor health is an idea that he was suffering from heavy metal poisoning caused by arsenic. Because this story takes place so long ago, and we have no fucking idea what happened, there are some people out there who are throwing around some wild theories, and they pose the question, was John Bell Sr. murdered?
Yes,
Yeah. Yeah,
You
yeah,
think
his
he
kid
was
did it.
murdered?
Yeah, and
by
then
his
he threw the
son.
bottle in the thing, yeah.
I mean, it's possible. He could have been poisoned with arsenic. And then folie à deux or mass hysteria is certainly possible. We just have no fucking idea. Next up is the idea that the whole haunting was faked by various people for various different reasons. I already mentioned that some iterations of the story have a woman named Kate who is fighting with the Bell family over property lines. I won't dive too much into this theory. It's pretty self explanatory. The thought is Kate faked the thing in order to make the family sell her some of their land. Though there's not much hard evidence that supports this claim, or evidence that Kate Batts even interacted with the Bell family more than being an acquaintance and neighbor. One other, much bigger, much more likely person to have faked this haunting is a man by the name of Professor Richard Powell. Now, Powell was Betsy Bell's and Joshua Gardner's former schoolteacher. I think
Mhm.
we can all tell where this is going,
I don't
but
I know.
um Pal liked Betsy and wanted
Mm,
to marry her. As some accounts go, Pal was a student of the occult, a ventriloquist. He was also a proficient mathematician and well versed in horticulture and geology. So, with his talents, it's believed that he essentially tortured the Bell family and specifically Betsy. Yeah, he wasn't a fan of Betsy's engagement to Joshua.
mm,
He thought she was making a mistake by marrying Joshua and politely told her his opinion. So, as this theory goes, every time Betsy and her beloved Joshua spent time together, Hal would follow them and taunt them by throwing his voice. And this continued until Betsy called off her engagement. Betsy and Richard Powell did end up marrying.
Gross.
Yeah, I feel like out of all the theories, this one is a very realistic possibility because people suck.
I
And
believe
Powell,
that's the theory, like the real thing, but also disgusting.
mhm.
yeah, Powell gives me some mega creep vibes. You know, like he wasn't helping himself by being Betsy's school teacher and being a decade older than her. I don't like that. And maybe I'm ignoring other theories given my dislike for the fact that he met her when she was a literal child. But
Oh, it's disgusting.
yeah,
Mm-mm.
yeah, I don't like it. I don't like it, and I kind of fully buy into this theory. Although Betsy herself could have also been behind the haunting. She was a young teen at the time of the haunting, and every time there is a haunting involving a young girl, she's looked at as the cause of the haunting thanks to some Freudian theories.
Mm.
Essentially, girls going through puberty have higher hormone and stress levels, and shit happens, and that's how we get the plot of Carrie.
Yeah, but I I was a teenager. I had a lot of hormones and a lot of big feelings, and I never pretended like there was a ghost. I
Yeah,
feel
I'm
like it's
really
a
not.
little bit more than that.
Yeah, I'm not buying into this one because all Freud is good for is literary criticism.
Mhm. Yeah, Freud can suck a dick.
Yeah.
He's
But
also
staying
addicted to cocaine.
but staying on this idea that Betsy could be behind the haunting, and if we ground it back in reality, and we connect it to the idea that John Bell Sr. was being poisoned, some people say Betsy did it. Again, this is literally just people on the internet, like, throwing words on a page because they can. Like, this is 200 years old?
Mhm.
We don't know what happened. There's no hard evidence to support any of this. And I do not know where people are getting the evidence to say this happened, but some people are out there on the internet theorizing that Betsy killed her father because she was being sexually abused by him.
Oh.
Yeah. The only evidence is psychics saying this happened.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Wrong. Psychics, get out of here.
Literally, it's just like psychics are like, this happened. Like, I need hard evidence. If you're gonna say that. I do have one final theory today, and this one is a bit of a cop out. But this theory pretty much says that the Bell Witch haunting, it's all folklore.
Yeah.
The events the Bell family experienced were blown way out of proportion or didn't even happen. And the story has been told through the generations and has turned into one of America's greatest pieces of folklore. The
Mm.
story of the Bell Witch spread through word of mouth and rumors when it was first occurring in 1817. It wasn't until 1894 that a full account of the Bell Witch haunting was published. This book, titled An Authenticated History of the Famous Bell Witch, was written by a man named Martin Van Buren Ingram. He was a writer and editor at various newspapers in the South, and he had heard the story of the Bell Witch in his youth. What's
The
interesting?
fact that the fact
Go
that he
ahead.
had to add authentic in there makes me believe that it's not authentic.
The totally real story of the Bell Witch.
Right? Right, doesn't that sound like
There's
too
an
much
asterisk next
emphasis?
to the name. Definitely not fake. This is all true.
Somebody it came to me in a dream.
Well, what's interesting about why it took so long for the story to be published is the fact that the Bell family decided that no material collected should be released until after the last immediate family member of John Bell Sr. had died. John Bell Sr.'s youngest son, Joel, was the last living immediate family member, and he passed away in 1890. Martin Van Buren Ingram had to wait until he himself was close to death before he could publish and really even begin writing his book.
I mean, he could have written it before.
He could have written it before, but as the story goes, he was given a journal written by one of the Bell children, which talked about the experience they had at the time of the haunting. This journal was given to Martin in order to help him with his writing and telling of the story. According to the Bell family, and this is printed in Martin's book, by the way, the Bell family had refused to have anything published regarding the Bell Witch simply for the fact they didn't want to bring up their trauma from the experience. Sure, that could be the case, but it also brings up the issue that everyone who experienced the Bell Witch firsthand was then dead. No one could do any fact checking. No one could be sat down and interviewed to tell their story. The water is a little murky. It also doesn't help that Martin never returned the journal he was loaned. Now, this book is considered the main source for the Bell Witch haunting. Like I said, the family never sat down and told their story firsthand. Every story and article that was published at the time the haunting was happening were secondhand accounts. So it's very much believed that Martin embellished the story. What did he embellish? What did he fully make up? We don't know because this journal, if it even ever existed, because that is also hotly contested, it's lost to time. I bring all this up just to say who knows how much of this story was true to begin with. The Bell Witch story was told orally for nearly 100 years. And what happens when stories are told orally? Correct! Things change! So who knows if the story of the Bell Witch is the actual story of the Bell Witch. And that brings us to the end of the hoax portion of tonight's Haunter Hoax. Frankie, Amanda, is the Bell Witch haunt or hoax?
Um, it's a
Uh,
hoax.
yeah, it's definitely a hoax.
Yeah, personally, I believe it is a hoax as well. I believe Richard Powell was behind the haunting, and then the story, having been told orally for decades, evolved into the story we have today. I don't believe we know what really happened. I believe all we have is just a fun bit of folklore.
I have a bone to pick with you, Hannah. Not Amanda.
Uh
Sorry,
oh.
Amanda. You've done nothing wrong. I have a bone to
Uh
pick with
oh.
I'm
Hannah.
Uh oh.
I feel like I've done a lot of things wrong, but okay,
Well,
continue.
Hannah. First of all, one, how are you gonna tell us the story of the Bell Witch
Hmm.
and not mention the 1894 illustration of William Porter attempting to burn the witch?
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, on the Wikipedia page, the picture they have for it is a illustration from 1894 of someone of William Porter attempting to burn the witch, and it's just him carrying like a shadowy mass towards a fire.
Oh, I must have left out that little side story. I'm sorry.
But we didn't learn about that. That's sad.
Mhm.
Two other bone to pick. Second bone. How did you not tell us on the channel Destination America for their show Boogeyman Monsters Among Us? They did an episode known as called Forest Monsters, where they talked about the Bell Witch and Mothman together.
Oh. How did you
I don't
not figure that one out?
I don't know, but I'll be watching that once we end recording tonight.
I hope you're ready for it. I'm excited. I'm excited to watch it. Also, Zach Bagels has
He has been to the Bell Witch Cave,
Mhm.
found absolutely nothing. And apparently we lost Frankie as well.
It's okay, I'm here.
Okay. Do you have any
lost
bones you
you.
want to pick with me?
You lost me in the Bell Witch Cave. You lost me because you insulted Zach Baggins. Come on.
Me? No, I have no bones. I'm boneless. Mostly
You
Well,
boneless.
are just wine.
Amanda,
Yeah.
I need you to have a bone for a second.
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
What are we
Boner.
doing next week? No, no. What are
um,
we doing next week?
it's Peter Pan.
Oh no.
It's what?
It's Peter Pan. It's Peter Pan,
Oh.
bitches.
Oh no.
Oh no.
She's
Oh
gonna be
no. Oh no.
insufferable, isn't she?
It's gonna be the most insufferable episode, yeah.
Why? What do you think? I'm normal. I'm normal when it comes to Peter Pan. I love Peter Pan,
You're
but
not
like
normal when it comes to Peter Pan.
I'm super normal. Show me how I'm not normal aside from just liking the movie.
Should I just hand you a mirror?
I don't have his hat on or anything. I don't know what are you trying to insinuate?
His hat on tonight. Gone.
You asked, like, "Can you show me how I'm not normal?" Yeah,
Yeah. Tell
just show
me.
you yourself in the mirror.
You All
Got
right.
her.
All
Got
right, pot. All
her.
right. All right, pot. Listen here, pot. You know what? Maybe we will mute Hannah.
But I made it
Alright.
look, I got my episode to 9:30.
You
Alright,
did.
we're finishing, we're finishing. Let's wrap up, let's wrap up, let's wrap up. Alright. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for joining us tonight. Next week we will be talking about Peter Pan, so watch the movie before the episode. As of recording, we're on YouTube and Spotify. If you're listening to us on YouTube, remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that bell so you get a notification when each episode is uploaded. If you're listening to us on Spotify, remember to follow the show, leave a rating and a review, and answer. Is there a question, Hannah, or no? No question or not or one.
It's just, is the Bell Witch haunting haunt or hoax?
All right, is the Bell Witch a haunt or a hoax?
Mm,
If
nice and easy
you would,
tonight.
yeah, we should do Conjuring 5 where the Warrens time travel to investigate the
Oh
Bell
my
Witch.
god.
Mm.
Um, if you're, fuck, I lost my train of thought with that stupid joke. If you would like to send us an email and ask us some questions you'd like us to answer, ideas for future episodes, or any of your thoughts that you'd like to share with us, then you can send us an email over to.
Nothing to see here podcast at gmail.com. As always, here is spelled Hear.
If you'd like to see some great artwork done by Amanda, some funny memes created by Hannah, and images of things that we talk about from the episodes, you can find all of that and more over on our Instagram page, which is.
Nothing to see here pod.
And no matter what, remember to share this show with your friends and family, anyone you think might like it, and enjoy what we're doing over here. That's it for us. So, saying goodbye and good night. It's Frankie.
It's Hannah.
I'm gonna go. I think I'm gonna go try and Burn a ghost? That's what you
Please
said
Burn a
he was doing in
ghost.
the
Yeah.
Please
that's what you
don't.
said
Yeah.
he
You've
was
had
doing in the
alcohol tonight.
picture?
Yeah, the picture is someone trying to throw the ghost into the fire.
How do you wrap your arms around a ghost? Wouldn't your arms go through it?
They're holding it in the picture. It's they're
Okay.
holding on tight.
Okay. All right.
All right. Good night, everyone. Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.